Hey, folks, a Detroit judge who yesterday ordered a teen to be handcuffed and put in a jail uniform for falling asleep in his courtroom has been temporarily removed from his docket. 36th District Court Chief Judge McConico ordered Judge Kenneth King to attend training to address the underlying issues that contributed to this incident. On Tuesday, the teen was in King's courtroom during a field trip when King called her out for sleeping. The judge forced the teen to wear a green jail jumpsuit and had her put in handcuffs and made her plead for forgiveness. The teen's mother told local reporters her daughter was likely tired because the family has no permanent place to stay. King has served in the 36th District Court since 2006. You know, Greg, I've spoken to a lot of groups, a lot of kids, a lot of, junior high, high school, college. And, there have been times when I'm speaking, I've asked, had someone say, hey, nudge the person next to you to wake up. Because a lot of them also were supposed to be doing it as an assignment. And so they were screwing the grades up. But this judge here just truly lost his mind. I mean, to sit here and to order her to be handcuffed, to order them to put a jail uniform on her. I mean, that is just nonsensical. And so I'm glad to see the chief judge, remove him from the bench until he gets some kind of training, because that's just shameful.
It is shameful, Roland. Unfortunately, we live in a society that is driven so much by spectacle, that is driven so much by the attempt to shock people, this scared straight approach. The 36th District Court there in Detroit is known as the People's Court. But the idea that the People's Court is a place where you can engage in this kind of behavior, unfortunately, isn't too far off in terms of how we think about courts. As you said, we just came back from Egypt. One of the sisters who was traveling with us is a judge in Memphis. And she was talking about how you have to think, in fact, a number of black lawyers and judges just returned from West Africa, from Ghana, where they went, among other things, to look at comparative international law and look at how African people resolve disputes. And when you start talking about culture, you start thinking about how do we approach things with not only with compassion, but with an idea toward improving and helping the next generation. So for this child who apparently, who was in the King's Court earlier that week with a nonprofit on a field trip, you think, what is the message you're trying to send? And I would agree with you, Chief Judge McConico, who himself is a graduate of Morehouse College. He made the statement that this is not the place where we will engage in that type of behavior. Sure, more training should help, but at the end of the day, this is a cultural issue, and you need to maybe turn off the reality TV and turn off the court show on television and take your nose out of this crazy world where we think about spectacle before results that we really want to get done, and think about what is the role of a judge in a society. He absolutely abuses that.
See, the thing here, and before we went on the air, Reese, I was reading a tweet where someone was talking about some of the proposals that Vice President Harris will be talking about tomorrow in her economic policy speech in Raleigh, North Carolina. And one of those is providing $25,000 for people, first-time home buyers, but also to encourage home builders to build 3 million new homes over the next 4 years. And what a lot of people don't understand, one of the reasons why we have a housing affordability crisis in this country right now is because of housing stock. And again, I've covered housing my entire career, and people don't realize because of the home foreclosure crisis in 2008, 2009, which greatly impacted our economy in 2010, 2011, we actually built fewer homes between 2010 and 2020. The last time we built that number of fewer homes was in the 1940s. Now you go to this decade, 2020, the present day, we're still building fewer homes. So when you're building fewer homes, guess what? Demand skyrockets. You got more people, you got higher demand, and so they're jacking up rents. And so you've got children who are innocent bystanders. And I've talked to numerous teachers, and people don't understand. They're like, well, these kids are going crazy. Now realize you got kids who are coming to school who are hungry, who've only had one meal. Now you got this young girl here talking about, again, her mom says, hey, we don't have a place to live. And so if you don't understand what a person's life is about and you're just making a judgment, then you look absolutely crazy. And that's exactly what this judge did. And now he looks like a national fool.
Yeah, he looks like a piece of shit for bullying a young girl who was there on her own free will. This is not a person who was a defendant. This wasn't a person who needed to be scared straight like a fucking reality TV character. To Dr. Greg's point about the spectacle, this is abhorrent, unconscionable behavior. It is symptomatic of the way, or it is indicative of the way that Black girls are over-policed or over-criminalized, are adultified in a way that's so harmful. And to see her mother break down in tears, I'm sure this young girl is traumatized. He put her through an entire humiliation ritual, having her classmates vote on whether or not they should show mercy to her and send her to jail for what? He talked about her having an attitude. You have the fucked up, hubristic attitude that's abusive and a bully to abuse this girl who was in your courtroom to learn, but because of her life circumstances, maybe didn't have the focus that you felt like she should have had. Instead of exercising compassion and empathy and understanding, you wanted to exert your authority over a helpless child, because this is still a child that we are talking about. And so he is unfit to serve, because if this is how he would treat an innocent person, a person who is not there for any crime, for any kind of bad behavior, if this is how he would treat that person, then you know he cannot be impartial towards a person who is in front of his court, who's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. So this is disgusting. And even upon reflection, he doubled down. He said he didn't do anything wrong. You have to teach these kids. This is not about these kids. This is about you, sir, and your fucked up attitude, and you thinking that you can get away with whatever the hell you want to get away with. So it's not enough to just remove him. He needs to be kicked the fuck out of the judiciary entirely. And he deserves to beg and plead for her mercy and for her apology. He has no business mentoring her. How ridiculous it is for him to say he wants to mentor her. Mentor her for what? On how to be a depraved asshole? I don't think so. So this is one of the most infuriating things that I've seen in a very long time. I hope that this girl and her family, I hope they have a GoFundMe that we can help get her secure housing. She's an excellent student according to her mother. She's doing the right thing. And guess what? Even if you're having a bad day, even if you aren't a perfect student, even if you aren't a perfect citizen, you do not deserve to be abused and humiliated by a person who has authority over you, and certainly not in front of a group of your peers and on YouTube.
So I think I counted 5 or 6 F-bombs there. I think it was at least 5 or 6.
I don't remember saying F-bomb. I don't think I said the F word. I didn't call him a motherfucker. But
you don't remember? I'm sorry. You don't remember using the F-bomb?
I don't remember. No, I thought I was being nice. I think.
Okay, Reese. Okay, Reese. No, you did. Yeah, you said all that too. So I'm just letting you know, when you see the playback, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, I use it that many times." Wow.
Yeah, maybe I will.
I hope the folk in the church here didn't have the stream going and had it up too loud. Because Reese, you forgot. Yeah, Reese, you don't see the.
Lord,
that's why I'm speaking.
I'm repenting. Okay, there's the altar. I'm repenting from my cussing, but I said what I said. I stand on that. I said what I said, honey. But I still.
Oh no. We know you. No, Reese, we know you said what you said. Everybody heard it. Everybody heard it.
Loves me.
So when you do the play, when you do the playback, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I did cuss that much." When you talk about blackness and what happens in black culture, we're about covering these things that matter to us, speaking to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people-powered movement.
There's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. You get it, and you spread the word.
We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us. We cannot tell our own story if we can't pay for it. This is about covering us. Invest in black-owned media. Your dollars matter. We don't have to keep asking them to cover our stuff. So please support us in what we do, folks. We want to hit 2,000 people, $50 this month, raise $100,000. We're behind 100,000, so we want to hit that. Y'all money makes this possible. Check some money orders. Go to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C. 20037-0196. The Cash App is $RM Unfiltered. PayPal is R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle is Roland at RolandSMartin.com.